Amara. Today we'll be talking about linking words. Linking words are mostly used in writing model, when writing your essay, your report writing, and your letter writing. How do we use them? How does it work? What does it even mean? Where does it come to play? We'll be discussing all that today. But before we proceed, if this is your first time here, kindly click on that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up. Also check out our playlist for our previous videos on Ielts. Anything Ielts, you find it on our playlist. Now let's proceed. What are linking words? These are words that show how ideas within and between sentences are related. They give coherence to your writing. They make your writing easy to read, simple to read, clear for the examiner to understand what you're talking about. Now there are two types of linking words. We have conjunctions and we have transitions. When you're talking about examples of conjunctions, we talk about although, because, so. We use them to join words together and give them coherence, give those whatever we are writing clarity, so whoever is reading it would understand. Now the second is transitions, which we end up using most of the time. Most of the time what we use is transition words. They usually start the sentence and are followed by a comma. Transition words usually start the sentence, then followed by a comma. Yes, at times they can come in the middle with a comma, but most of the time they're starting the sentence. Common transition words and how they can be used. We'll be discussing some of them. How do you use them? When do you use them? Okay, now, when listing points to show new ideas. Now, I want to show ideas. I want to give my ideas when writing, especially maybe in essay writing. I want to present my ideas. How do I do that? What transition words do I use? You can use firstly, you can use first of all, there is to begin, there is secondly, finally, furthermore, in addition, also, moreover. I want to start my idea. To begin with, technology has brought so much development to humanity. That's how. Another example, in addition, taxing airlines would not work. To begin, technology has made people's life much more convenient. It starts the sentence with a comma. That's for when you're trying to start up a new idea, when you're giving a new idea. So if you're writing your essay and you want to start up a new idea, use these transition words. Also, when showing contrast, you're trying to compare some things. You're trying to compare two things, three things. What transition words do you use? We have, however, on the other hand, in contrast. How do you use them? The government is trying to promote healthy living. However, children still needs to eat, still eats far too much. So, comma there. There is a sentence. The government is trying to promote healthy living. Full stop. However, comma, children still eat far too much. Now, you've given an example with the however. Contrasting. Trying to start up healthy living, but something still happens. So you're trying to compare two things. You're trying to contrast two things. You use that word. We also have on the other hand. Let's give an example. On the other hand, some people advocate that schools have a major role to play in teaching students to be well behaved. On the other hand, comma. That you've talked about, so probably you've talked about certain people believe schools have no role to play. On the other hand, you're contrasting with the first statement and the second statement, trying to compare both of them. Now, when you want to show time, what are the transition words you use? You can use these days, nowadays, at present, recently. So for most of the times we've come across an essay topic that says recently da 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 da, and you're thinking, okay, what do I replace with recently? You can use nowadays, you can use these days, you can use at present. How do you start? Recently, comma, there has been an enormous increase in the amount of air traffic around the world. You've used it. Recently, you can also use nowadays. You can replace it with any of these. Now, transition words for showing example. You want to introduce your example. What are the words you use? You use for example, you use for instance, you can use to illustrate, you can use a case in point. These are words transition words you can use. For example, comma, most people now have mobile phones or laptop, and Wi-Fi is available in virtually every place. You've given. Another example is junk foods have become popular. Full stop. For instance, on every high street there is a McDonald's and Pizza Hut. So for example, is those, when you're trying to give an example, these are words you use, these are transition words you use to introduce those examples. I want to show results. What are the transition words I can use? You want to show that this is the outcome of something. What do you use? You use therefore, consequently, as a result, thus, hence. These are some of the examples you can use, words you can use. Let's give an example. Children are eating more junk food. Full stop. As a result, comma, obesity is becoming a major problem. See it? You're trying to show a result of something. As a result, comma, children are becoming, obesity is becoming a major problem because children are eating junk food. So you use it to show results. Another example is animals also have feeling. Therefore, having to kill animals for food is not an adequate argument. So you see that they use it to show a result of something. Now, transition words, when you are trying to introduce concluding comments, you're trying to end or trying to summarize what you have said in the whole of your writing. What do you use? You use to conclude, in conclusion, in brief, all in all, to summarize, in summary. So these are things you use to end. To conclude, although global warming is a serious issue, there are steps that government and individuals can take to reduce its effects. So transition words are used to start a sentence. Conjunctions are used in the middle of that sentence. Also, because, although, they can be used in the middle. So these are some examples of transition words and where they can be used. We have so many of them out there. You can make your research, have them at the back of your mind, study them. So when you are writing your essay or your letter writing or your report writing, you know when to use each and every one of them, and you don't use the wrong one or the right one in the wrong place or the wrong one in the right place. So you need to be careful on how you use them, because this gives your essay or any form of writing you'll be writing the right and clear way of reading it. It gives it coherence, which is a major point to note in Ielts writing. Thank you for listening today. I hope you've learned a lot. Don't forget to make your research and find out more linking words and how to use them. I'll see you next time. Click on our subscribe button, like this video, and share with your friends. Thank you for watching. Bye.